Welcome back to the morning show here on your hometown station. That's AM 1220 and FM 98.1. It's me, it's Menji in the morning. Thank you so much for tuning in and taking me along your morning commute. And along with me, I know, I brought some guests. I brought in Bradley Grosse, Westley Silvestri, and Pastor Dante Carty from Real Life Church here. Bradley from Santa Clarita Grocery. Westley, you are a realtor out here, but you also do a lot of volunteer work for Santa Clarita Grocery. Hey guys, welcome to studio. Thanks for joining me.
Thank you.
Yeah. So I'm bringing you guys in not just to talk about Santa Clarita Grocery, but you guys do some incredible things. But Westley, you did something fairly incredible for Santa Clarita Grocery. Why don't you just tell me? We did an article on hometownstation.com, but go ahead, set the stage for me. Preface this. What did you do?
I watched the fires burn through California, and Bradley had reached out and just said, whenever the fires happen, power goes out, and we lose. What do we have? 6 refrigerators, 3 refrigerators, 3 fridges.
It's 4 refrigerators and something like 8 freezers.
Yeah,
counting the trunks,
which
right.
holds all the food.
Right,
and
right,
if
right.
we lose power, then we might lose the food. And so I was like, well, I have a connection. I have a good friend and a client who we have sold multiple houses to, who works at Yoshino, and he's high up there. I don't know if he's a president or a CEO.
He's an EVP, I think.
Yeah, there you go.
Right.
And yeah, Martin's fantastic. And so I reached out to him just saying, hey, is there any chance that we can get some of those generators donated? And he goes, how many do you need? And I go, great, that many. I need that many. However many you can donate, that's how many we need. And so he came over, and we were able to give like $5,000 worth of these power banks, power stations, and yeah, just trying to do good. And that's it. Just people helping people.
Yeah. When those fires broke out, it was a really scary situation. Although, none of the fires, thankfully, touched down in Santa Clarita itself.
Castaic got close.
Castaic was very close. Everywhere else was really, really bad, just burning. But on top of that, before the fires even start, Edison shuts power off routinely as their safety measure, and that also contributes to, is Santa Clarita Grocery going to have the power? Are they going to have the lights on to keep the food? And yes, it's super important to keep those refrigerators running, because I have some numbers here from Santa Clarita Grocery. You guys gave out just a little over 500,000 meals just last year alone. So that food is super important. Just tell me a little bit about some of the work that Santa Clarita Grocery does for our community.
Well, it's an all-volunteer organization, which makes it a very unique group of people, because money isn't what is bringing our people there to work. It's really their hearts. And a beautiful thing is politics, everything is left at the door, and everybody has the can-do spirit. And we all team up together. And we have 3 different groups of people that volunteer. One is our transportation team, which Westley is on, and he's committed to that every week. How many times do you pick up a week, Wesley?
2 times a week.
2 times a week. I pick up 2 times a week. We have a team of drivers. They bring it to the warehouse. Then we have a team of what's called intake, and they QC all the food and go through it and prep it for our 3 distributions. And then we have a distribution team 3 times a week, one Monday night, Wednesday night, and Saturday morning. So there's 3 gears constantly moving. It's one of the funnest places to volunteer you could imagine. We have our stellar high school and middle school students that actually, we call them runners, and they run the groceries out to our guests. And it's a beautiful thing to watch and experience. And they get AP points for community service by being there. So more often than not, they'll get their hours they need, but then they'll come back and just want to keep going because it's such a fun thing for them. It's kind of like a first job where they get to meet people, learn how to speak and greet them, and bring a smile to a heart that's having a little bit of a challenge.
Yeah, that's just incredible. And really the work that the Santa Clarita Grocery is doing for the community is just absolutely, second to none. And I want to turn to you, Dante, with Real Life Church. You guys are partners with Santa Clarita Grocery. Tell me a little bit about the partnership you guys have.
Yeah, it's been I think a good partnership, and it precedes my time. I've only been at Real Life for a few years, and so that partnership's long gone before, under our former lead pastor, Rusty George, and then we've got a guy on our staff, Kevin Pisano, who's very involved and on the board. And so one of the things that we want to do as a church is give back into the community. We don't think the church is the building that we operate in, but it's the people that make up that community. And one of the things that we're not blind to is the needs that are happening in our community. And so as we look for ways to impact our community, Santa Clarita Grocery is a perfect way for us to give back and give to those who are food insecure or need a helping hand, or just looking for groceries. Sometimes you're just looking for a meal, and it's good to know that we've got a partner like Santa Clarita Grocery who's doing incredible things. So when the fires went off for us, they were one of the organizations that we were looking at to make sure they were okay. And I think we didn't, depending on where you live in Santa Clarita, depending on if your power got shut off or not. So
Right.
I had no idea. Their area in Canyon Country, a lot of people were without power for a good deal of time, and they called Kevin on our team and said, "Hey, we're without power. We're not sure what we're going to do. Is there any way you guys can help us get a generator?" So we were able to raise our hand and say, "We'll fund the emergency generator for the weekend to get you guys through." And then, not knowing what the fires were going to do, we also had shipments of food come in just so we can be on the ready if our community needed. Luckily, no houses were damaged, as we said, in the Castaic fire. But we were also able to donate some of those food back to the Santa Clarita Pantry. So for us, it's just finding ways to give back to the community. As a church, we never want to be about ourselves, but always sort of looking external.
Yeah, awesome. And you guys funded that generator, and then Westley stepped in and said, "Hey, you know what? It's time for also another permanent solution." And you were able to secure what was it, about $5,000 worth of those generators. And now those are going to be always there for Santa Clarita Grocery, keep it
Correct.
running. And one fun fact about you, Westley, is that you are an American Ninja Warrior.
Yeah.
Tell me a little bit about being an American Ninja Warrior. What does it take to be one?
Are you not one?
I'm not. I mean, I wake up in the morning
Bradley,
really early.
Bradley confesses that he is one.
At night. It's called Neighborhood Watch.
Yeah. If you've seen the show, I've been on it five times, and I'm addicted to it. It's fantastic. It's just the story behind it was when my roommate passed away, I went down to Santa Monica and I started working out at the Muscle Beach area with the rings and the ropes and the swinging on things. And I met a guy, and I told him the story, and he's like, "You should look into this Ninja Warrior show." And I was like, "What is that?" And I went down and I tested out the course, and I did fairly well. And then I was just surrounded with my people. It's like you're always looking for a little tribe to be a part of. And it was just a bunch of sober individuals climbing and swinging on things. And I was like, I love this. It's just the same thing with the food pantry. It's just like, I just want to be around people that are doing good, because my motto has always been to lead by example. And because you never know who's watching you, right?
Yeah.
So you should always strive to do the right thing, because you never know who's watching you, especially if you have kids, because they're always watching you, right? And so that's just been the thing. It's just lead by example. And so the Ninja Warrior thing is fitness. Be healthy.
Yeah.
So it's just
So to me, it sounds like you are just addicted to being a good person. Is what it sounds like.
So shallow. But yes, I'm trying to be, right? Doesn't it sound awful?
There's worse things to be addicted to.
Right?
Yeah, absolutely. Hey, guys, thanks so much for coming in, telling me about some of the good that you guys are doing for this this whole valley, really. And if you want to know more, Westley actually put together a video of the whole process that really shows you how Santa Clarita Grocery operates, along with the generators that were donated. And you can really just search up Westley Silvestri KHTS, we have an article on there, hometownstation.com, and we have the whole background, the story, and the video is embedded in that article as well. Guys, thanks so much for coming in and sharing the story, sharing the love.
Thank you.
Got it. You're welcome.
All right.
Thank you.
Well, I got to toss you guys to national news here on your hometown station. But when we return, it's going to be more morning show, more music, helping you kickstart your morning. And it's me. It's Mendy in the morning. FM 98.1 and AM 1220.